Apparently, East Asian beauty standards are messed up. Let's find out.
East Asian beauty standard is hopeless. My East Asian mom thinks that Taylor Swift has gotten
I think we kind of skipped past this travesty. What the hell is happening here? This is what I would look like if I had limb lengthening surgery.
My East Asian mom thinks that Taylor Swift has gotten fat ever since her Reputation album. My mom is Chinese Singaporean, so by her standard, someone like Trump will fall into the extremely fat category, and Taylor Swift.
That's actually accurate. Like if you were to put Donald Trump, I don't know what he weighs, but I'm pretty sure he would be in the obese category when it comes to BMI. This is something that I think a lot of people really underappreciate, which is just how when you think of like a fat guy, you're thinking of someone literally morbidly obese. But it's something insane, like 1/3 of Americans are like obese or something. Well, actually, let's find out. Approximately 42% of American adults are obese. Ah! That's crazy. That is crazy. And 9% have severe obesity, so that is like 600-pound life, like Walmart fat. But 42% are literally obese. So half of all Americans are obese. Man. So whenever like anyone tells you, oh, you don't need to lose weight, this is what their benchmark is.
Post Reputation would fall under ordinary fat. Also, Taylor got tanned, which my mom does not like. Quote, she used to look so white and skinny and beautiful.
I'm moving to the US then. There's zero competition. No, you've got it twisted. America is one of the most competitive places for a man to be. Yeah, there are a lot of fat guys, but there's a lot of Chad Lights around on dating apps. You got to consider that.
What happened to that? End quote. And the craziest thing is, my mom is far from being alone in thinking that way in East Asia. Here, the three key standards of beauty are number one, having white, pale skin. Number two, being.
Yeah, pale skin is like a big deal in Asia. It's kind of like it's like a mark of wealth, whereas in Europe it's the reverse. It's like if you have like tan skin, it means you've got excess resources to go to a holiday to a place that is actually hot, that actually has sunshine, right? So like with British people, the first thing like people do, the first thing normies do to look better is to get a tan. And yeah, this is like a way to communicate. I have so much resources that I can go on holiday to Mallorca or whatever, and I can get a tan. Asia is the exact opposite. If you have pale skin like this, it means you're not a farmhand, which is like a real thing in many Asian countries.
Skinny. And number three, having big eyes with double eyelids, which is.
Wait. What is this Labubu phenotype? What is this? That is ridiculous. Hold on. See this? Look at this. Look at this.
Big eyes with double eyelids, which is not hard to picture at all. Just think of Gollum from Lord of the Rings, alright? Big eyes, skinny, pale skin. Oh, so
Over for Labubu cells? I don't think so. I think that chick that we just saw would have loads of Asian guys simping for her.
sorry, I forgot there's a fourth standard, looking young. By that, I mean not just young. You want to look as age-defying as possible.
This is... hey, I'm just gonna fucking say it. Asians have better skin genes than most people. I'm just gonna fucking say it. They're just like... First of all, I do think they have an advantage when it comes to skin collagen, just naturally. But I also think they have more of like a BP culture, where they're a lot more realistic and nuanced when it comes to improving your look. So at least, retaining youthful features as you age. They're just more conscious of it. Whereas, in the West, it's a bit more of an afterthought. I actually think my type of content, like if I was like speaking in like Chinese or Korean,
Like a vampire. You want to be 50 years old.
like a vampire, you hear that? So like, you know how you have like, so for the record, for those that don't even know, I travel around Asia, and I'm on like dating apps in Asia. And I always have people like say, "Oh, get a tan. You need a sun. Oh, you need to get more sun." Aesthetics waiting, but considering like the demographics that I'm in, looking like a vampire, that's kind of like what works. I'm telling you, the Love Island phenotype does better in the West. I agree. Like if I was in UK, I probably would want a tan. I'll concede that, but given my situation, vampire maxing. Like if you're a guy that likes Asian girls, vampire maxing is not a bad choice. Asians are the OG red pilled. Yeah, they're pretty realistic.
But look 20.
38? 40?
On top of this, you gotta remember that East Asia
40. That's the thing, right? I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen like chicks that you went to school with. Like most of my audience are Gen Z. So let's say the average guy watching this is like 23, 25, whatever, right? You've probably seen girls that you went to high school with, and they now literally have like crow's feet around their eyes, nasolabial folds. It's a bad fucking situation. And like they're only in like their 20s. Things are going to get even worse in their 30s. But like having a chick like this, to be fair, she does have nasolabial folds, but she is over 40 and she looks pretty damn good. People that hold it down, past 30, past 40, hey, you got to give it some respect, right? Considering how quickly people are falling to pieces, I respect it.
On top of this, you gotta remember that East Asia is driven by this unapologetic culture of shame. If you gain some weight, your parents and relatives would call you out, like right in your face kind of thing. What this entails is that the pursuit of these standards can get obsessive. From beauty YouTubers who'd spend hours in...
Look, what the fuck? The eye is like 3 times as big as it is without makeup. That's absurd. That's another thing. Asians are really good at makeup. They're really good at like looks maxing. That they know their shit. This is just ridiculous.
Enlarging their eyes, making them look 3 times bigger before they go on a date.
3 times bigger. Yeah, exactly what I said.
Celebrities who'd get needle injections to make their skin look whiter. So you think the current beauty trends on Western social media are already bad and toxic? Well, in East Asia, it's that but amped up by 200. So in this video, let's...
Zoomer girls hit the wall at 25. Man, it's rough out here. Like, I can't really name any names off the top of my head, but like, I've made videos about this before, but some Gen Z girls... Oh my god, like, it's ridiculous. Some of them are like 21, but literally look like mid-30s. I don't know is it stress? I think it might be stress.
Let's expose it all. First, let's talk about skin tone. If you've traveled to East Asia in summer, you might have seen a really weird practice. People put up umbrellas under the sun to shield themselves from the sunlight and thus to avoid getting tanned. A tradition my mom has carried over here living in North America. Mom, it's really sunny outside today. Want to go out?
1 second, I need to prepare.
Yeah, they don't like the sun.
To be fair, there's nothing wrong with wearing sunscreen or avoiding the scorching sun, which you should be doing if you don't want skin cancer. The thing is though, in East Asia, the purpose of doing all this sun protection is not so much health related. It's more about avoiding...
I feel like the parasol is a bit over the top. I think you can just get away with an SPF. But whatever, right?
Tan. And how white is enough? Ideally, you want to be as white as...
Bro, when I was in Thailand last time, I literally saw like men, like just normie ass men, like not even like guys trying to like fit into like some kind of pretty boy phenotype and nothing like that, but like normie ass 35-year-old men had like parasols outside when it was sunny.
snow or milk. The highest compliment one can give to someone's skin is to say something like, your skin is even whiter than white people. Irene from Red Velvet is widely considered to be a goddess-level beauty in K-pop, even earning titles like the strongest visual of the era. According to Korean netizens, one of her most desirable beauty traits is her snow-white, pale skin. In Japan, most skincare commercials will advocate for something called toumeikan, sense of transparency, meaning you
Raw meat eaters are crashing out right now. Yeah, like they like tans, they like the sun. They will vehemently disagree with what's going on in Asia, but that's just how it is.
Want your skin to be so bright that it almost looks transparent. On Chinese social media, pretty much every beloved Chinese actress has offered tips on how to whiten your skin.
夏天到了，美白了，给大家做一个柠檬百香果美白酱。
是在搜寻一切有效的美白办法。第一个办法大家应该都知道，就是喝牛奶。
While things like making a facial mask or drinking milk may sound completely harmless, in some cases though, the practices become more or less questionable. For example, some celebrities have recommended using plastic food wraps to seal the whitening cream in so that it absorbs better, claiming it will
Like a fucking mummy.
boost the whitening effect.
立马涂上美白身体乳，胳膊和腿上呢再包一层保鲜膜，拆开之后就看到一整。
I don't. As far as I know, glutathione can actually whiten your skin. I've just heard that. Like, to be honest, this isn't like something I've really put much mental bandwidth into. I mean, does it look like I'm, I really need to whiten my skin, or would feel the need to? But yeah, I've heard there are ways to actually whiten your skin. It's not all cope, but I just get a feeling that a lot of these like skin creams are kind of like, I'm sure a lot of it is just kind of BS.
个腿都是白白滑滑嫩嫩的。
While you can argue that food wrap skincare seems bizarre, but still, what harm can they bring? At most, it may give you some acne due to suffocation, but it's not like it's gonna hurt you. Problem is, it doesn't just stop here. Someone truly committed to their skin goals may opt for the real deal, i.e., advanced treatments such as getting needle injections or even surgeries to bleach the skin. These procedures were once considered extreme and something reserved for celebrities, but in recent years, they have become alarmingly accessible to the point that in every friend circle I've been in, there's always been like a friend's friend who either got it or considered getting one. Some girls even celebrate their 18th birthday by getting one of these procedures as an adult.
Damn. She's in the military? What kind of military is this? Like, imagine... like, what the fuck? She's in the military? Man, the female soldiers in Britain, they don't look like that. They don't look like that.
Childhood present. Knowing all this, knowing the length people will go to lighten their skin, things that would normally come off as bizarre to Westerners can now be explained. For example, remember Sejun from Singles Infernos, the Korean dating show on Netflix? The girl with tanned, darker skin compared to everyone else who was pale? I personally think Sejun is
She mogs. Like, yeah, of course. Like, she's got a nice wide palette. She's got nice long sharp nose. She's got nice facial proportions, good skin collagen. Like, yeah, she looks good.
Young, gorgeous, and all my North American friends think she's really, really hot. Perhaps even the most attractive contestant.
And here's where it's gonna, she's gonna say, but she was considered the ugly duckling on the show just because she literally was a shade lighter than pure white.
Of the season, but in the show, nobody picked her. All the other girls were chosen at least once, but she ended up always alone. This is because her tan.
Man, that's brutal. Holy shit! No wonder these Asian chicks are trying to get their skin whiter. And she's good looking too. Like this is good. In fact. Let's see that other chick that got
all my North American friends think she's really, really hot. Perhaps even the most attractive contestant of the season. But in the show, nobody picked her. All the other girls...
Like, she doesn't look as good as her. Like,
were chosen at least once, but she ended up always alone. This
she like that tanned girl mugs that chick that got chosen. I'm just gonna say.
is because her tan skin did not align with the mainstream Korean beauty standard. The male contestants prefer girls like Suki or Soan, who have milky white skin, which by default score them higher scores on looks. As if this white skin thing isn't already messed up, let's now move on and talk about the next standard of beauty, having big puppy-like eyes with double eyelids. This shouldn't come
Okay, now we're going into Labubu Maxing. Okay.
as a surprise to anyone. We've all watched anime. We've all seen the gigantic, out-of-proportion eyes anime characters have. And having big eyes is not enough. You also gotta have double eyelids. It makes a huge difference according to East Asian aesthetics. Double eyelids sharpen the contours of your eyes, which makes you look more European, which is somehow more desirable. Take skip.
I feel like this is getting into like more of a contentious debate, whether like girls are literally trying to look European. I don't think that's the case personally. I don't think this Labubu is trying to look like a European chick. Like what European looks like this? That's not what she's going for. She's trying to look like some anime girl. She's trying to look like a doll. That's the phenotype she's going for. She's not trying to look white. I don't agree with this take.
Sharpen the contours of your eyes,
That's
which
just how
makes you
I
look
see
more
it.
European, which is somehow more desirable. Take Skip and Loafer as an example. The main character, Mitsumi, has big eyes but single eyelids. In comparison, Hot Girl Yuzuki has those typical double eyelids like every other generic pretty anime girl. Perhaps it is for this reason that Yuzuki is perceived as a 10 out of 10
volume's
beauty
low?
in the
Okay, I'll
story,
raise it.
whereas Mitsumi is portrayed as an ordinary looking girl. And of course, we cannot let this pass without mentioning those dramatic makeup makeovers. A makeup routine that will make your eyes bigger by 3 times. At this point,
You know, I feel like I've said it many times in videos, but like I really do think if you ever see like a chick and all her photos are obviously wearing makeup, subtract 2 points. You know, whatever, if you think she's an 8, she's actually a 6. She's actually a 6 without makeup.
point is not makeup you need to learn, it's magician's work. And for those who have the money and resources to get plastic surgery, they do. Double eyelid surgery is incredibly popular in East Asia. So popular to the
Yes.
point that I'd say out of 10 girls on the streets, at least 1 person got it. While double eyelid surgeries are relatively safe, there's also a procedure called lateral canthoplasty.
Yeah, canthoplasty, yes. This is something that even us men, us Western men in looks maxing are familiar with. It's a really good surgery, actually, to be fair. If you have a negative canthal tilt, this can sort your ass out.
Anyways, this procedure sends me the creeps. It involves opening up the inner corners of your eyes and adjusting them to make them look bigger. A procedure adopted by celebrities, influencers, and our
Oh, that's right. So, see, the canthoplasty that we're thinking of is I believe it's called the canthal tendon. You kind of tilt it up so it's more like tight. So it gives you more of a positive tilt. Not
slowly
quite what
becoming
we're
normal
talking about in
practices
this
amongst
video.
the general population. As if all these aren't crazy enough, let's now move on to the last beauty standard and arguably the most questionable one, being skinny. So this is a shirt I bought in Korea last summer. You'd think this is a size small, right? Nope, this is a size large. Like the entire size system in East Asia is just in another dimension. Normally my concept of large is something like this. Also, East Asia does not like having thighs or too much curviness on the lower body. And this can be seen from the way characters are drawn in mangas. Like, do you remember any
Yeah, that I would say Asia has a higher premium on neoteny.
famous anime girl that has thick thighs? I can't think of any from the back.
Oh, come on. Listen, chick, lady, you ain't seen the types of anime that I've watched, okay? Okay, you don't even want to know what's on my computer. I'm telling you, the type of anime I've seen, the girls are pretty damn thick, but not the type of anime that you're probably thinking of, lady.
Contrast this with Wonder Woman or Emma Frost or Vi, for example, who all have relatively thicker thighs, which is perceived as attractive in the West. And the reason presumably being that East Asian beauty standard does not value women having muscle or strength, as thicker thighs are associated with stronger cores, which is...
You know, I think Chun-Li is the highest selling Fortnite skin of all time. I remember seeing that somewhere. I think this lady underestimates just how many guys are super into thick chicks. I think she underestimates it.
Why a very popular concern expressed by female gym goers in East Asia is...
Even Asian guys, like, you know, I mean, look... God, this is gonna sound so crass, but look at the... look at the lewd type of anime. I'm not gonna say the word, but the women in that are not drawn like sticks. You know, that they're not. A lot of them are drawn like... Moving on.
That they want to use the gym to lose weight, but they don't want to muscle up or get bulky in any way. Conclusion. Any way out? When will this madness stop? On a positive note, there has been a slight change in...
Why is she wearing a mask? I think you know, like, I mean... Yeah.
Years with more voices speaking up against these toxic standards, which ironically has been filled by the no marriage, no dating sentiment.
I've never seen someone do like a face reveal and they were like cagey about their looks and they was wearing a mask and they were hiding their face that turned out to be above a 5.
Logic being, if marriage or dating isn't so important anymore, you no longer need to conform to these patriarchal standards. Yet, by and large, these standards are in no way disappearing anytime soon, at least not in the mainstream. Because when you grow up having these standards ingrained in your mind, it could be hard to disengage with it even in the absence of male gaze, which leads to the topic of internalized misogyny in East Asia that I've talked about in my second video. Feel free to check that one out. And that's it.
So okay, this channel, East Asia Beef, yeah, this was quite a good video. Yeah, not bad.